Welcome to Lab 14, distillation of alcohol from wine. So first we're going to set up our distillation apparatus. So we have connected our heating mantle to a heating control volt thing. And next we're going to take our round bottom flask. We're going to stick it to... So we're going to measure out 50 mLs of our wine into a 100 ml graduated cylinder. So after tearing the scale with a 50 ml beaker on it, we're going to transfer our 50 mLs of wine into the beaker and record its mass. So mass is around 47.886 grams. To the clamp.
That I totally... Okay.
So clamp around the round bottom flask. Okay, now that it's tight, we're going to lower it into the heating mantle. And tighten it. Next, we're going to stick 2 boiling chips inside of the round bottom flask. Now we're going to transfer the 50 mLs of the wine into the round bottom flask. The boiling chips are to make sure that the solution doesn't have the bumping issue so that it boils softly. Okay. You put the distillation head into the top of the round bottom flask and then the thermometer adapter in the top of that, and stick the thermometer in to where it is right about here, so that way it gets all the fumes. And then it can tell you the temperature. Right, a little lower, there. Next we want to connect the condenser to the distillation head.
Whoa.
And we want a 100 ml graduated cylinder at the bottom to collect 10 ml to collect the ethanol. So you see we have 2 tubes connecting to the condenser. The tube at the bottom connects to the water, so the water goes in. And the tube at the top is the water out, where it drains into the sink. So turn on the water first. And you'll see this happen. Wait for the pressure. Now turn your Variact to level 6, which is controlling the heat. So now we wait until we get a drip out of the end of the condenser. Once that starts dripping, then we record the temperature when that happens. Go focus. Didn't like focus. No. Yeah. Oh, first drop.
Time 11:30.
So our first drop came at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. And the temperature that happened was
about
81? 81 degrees Celsius. Now that we've had our first drops, we're going to wait 5 minutes and then record the volume of ethanol so far and then the temperature. So we got our first drop at 11 minutes, 30 seconds at 81 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now it's been 5 minutes, so we are going to record the volume of ethanol. Oh my gosh. So it's about 4.9 mLs of ethanol. About 89 degrees Celsius. There we go, 89. Continue recording volume and temperature after every 5 minutes until we stop producing droplets at temperatures below 95 degrees Celsius. So after the next 5 minutes, or 10 minutes total, the volume of ethanol is around 7.3, and the temperature is approximately 85. After the next 5 minutes or 15 minutes, the volume we have of ethanol is about 7.7 mLs, and the temperature is around 94 degrees Celsius. So now you stick a 50 ml beaker on the balance and tare it so that it is at 0, so that way you can transfer your alcohol to the 50 ml beaker to see the mass or the volume. The distillation is done. Here's the final volume of the alcohol. So it looks like it's at around 9.5 mLs. So transfer your alcohol into the 50 ml beaker.
That's cool.
And put it back on the scale to see how much the volume weighs. Is at around 8.239234 grams. Okay, hold on. 8.296 grams. Now that our distillation is done, we're going to dismantle it. And to do that, you do the steps backwards. So first you're going to take off your clip, the green clip, the C clamp. Next, you undo the clamp on the condenser. You tip the condenser upside down and remove the bottom tube where the water is draining out that end, and it should drain into the sink. To get the tubing off, you twist it, don't just yank. Take the clamp off. Next, remove the thermometer adapter. And then to remove the thermometer from the adapter, you twist, not pull once again, so you don't break it. Twist and pull. Next, remove the distillation head and raise up the round bottom flask because it's still very hot. You don't want to touch it, so you're going to raise it up by using the clamp and tighten it and let it cool. To help the flask cool down, you can add 100 mLs of water into the flask. And let it sit till it's cool. The heating mantle. So disconnect the Variact from the heating mantle and let it cool.
Then this is the percentage of alcohol by the volume.